And take a look at our top strategy, SR CounterTrend Gold, one of the tops in the portfolios. Doesn't trade much. We've tested on silver today, so we're going to take a look. Here are the latest results with slippage and commission in SR CounterTrend Gold through today. Not many trades lately. We've tested it in silver. You see on the right there is silver, so I'm going to click on that. And these are the results with some slightly different parameters. But I want to go back and I want to change this to the same parameters as gold. So we're going to use the exact same parameters as SR CounterTrend Gold, and that is the first strategy up here. I had a different strategy for each set of inputs that I'm taking a look at. And so here we go. I'll pause the video while that updates. So here is SR CounterTrend Silver, and it, let's see, does that include slippage and commission? I forgot if I put that in there. No, it does not. So we get 163 average trade profit on silver and about the same number of trades, a little bit higher drawdown. The exact same parameters except the stop loss and profit target are 50% higher. So in gold, there is a $800 stop loss. In silver, we use a $1,200 stop loss. And in gold, there is a $600 profit target. In silver, we use a $900 profit target. So that's the only difference. All of the other parameters are exactly the same. Silver is a little bit more volatile, and so you see the results there. And what I also did was I tried to improve this strategy. Took a look at some different parameters, make it trade more frequently, and it is a little bit biased to the long side. So some of the parameters are different, but you see the results we had originally. I'll put those back on. And here are the results of the silver with the improved parameters. The drawdown is higher. You get more than twice as many trades, 2.5 times as many trades, 1,281 net profit as a percentage of drawdown. And what I did here at the bottom was to add the money management algorithm. And so we added the MM-Save indicator to this MM-Save, MM1 Save Rev 0, or a 7.0, our latest money management algorithm. And then we click on this chart here, and you get the updated results. Now, the total net profit is less, but the average trade profit is about the same. And what the real gain is you get the increase in the net profit as a percentage of drawdown. The first things that I look at when I improve strategies, or when I look at strategies in general, the net profit as a percentage of drawdown, and the average trade profit, and the look of the equity curve. So if you take a look at the equity curve, really nice straight line equity curve, and we take a look at the original strategy, 182 versus 185. That's not a big difference. 144 though is a lot higher, but you improve your net profit as a percentage of drawdown. See, it's 1281 here with an $11,000 drawdown, and if you click here, you get half this drawdown. So you get 1,616%. So you go up about 330% as a net profit as a percentage of drawdown, but for half the drawdown. So you could trade twice as many contracts for the same risk, and this would go to 178 instead of 144. You could have 178 for about the same amount of drawdown. And so that's the real value. Here's the original system's equity curve. You see some bigger drawdowns here, and then when you apply the money management algorithm, it's a straighter equity curve. And we are using the stochastic rule in this. That is the main rule that improves this strategy. It also has a drawdown stop, and so you have that protection. And this strategy, SR CounterTrend, is listed on our site as SR CounterTrend Gold, and we show how the strategy works in gold. I'll be adding the silver update soon with the money management algorithm, and you can see the reports. I left the old report on there. Here's the new report, and I left the old report from our previous update in September on here, so you can see the walk forward results since September. The drawdown is the same, 4,045 versus 4,045, and in this report does include slippage and commission, so you see a gain of from 44,205 to 49,855 with slippage and commission since September the 30th to February the 20th. So about 5.5 months. It's about a $5,000
see $5,000 gain. And so you see that last time we updated this report, it was in a drawdown, and we said this is a good time to get in, and it was, because that drawdown rebounded. And so a lot of times buying those pullbacks is what works. Here is the performance summary without slippage and commission, and we're posting this. We can compare it to other platforms. Other platforms can have slightly different data, slightly different ways of calculating the strategy and some of the indicators, so you get slightly different results. So we posted these reports for the other platforms with TradeStation, NinjaTrader 7, and NinjaTrader 8 without slippage and commission to remove that as any difference in the strategy results. And so the difference in the strategy results would lie in the code calculations, slightly different code calculations in different programming languages, and any data differences. And so here it is in TradeStation without slippage and commission. Here it is in NinjaTrader 7 without slippage and commission. You see the main differences is the first trade signal starts a little bit later because of the data we have. And so we're starting in February of 2007 versus actually this should be updated. This number is a little bit later than February of 2007. So I'll have that updated on the website, and you'll see there's 299 trades. There's less trades. The average trade profit is a little bit higher, $200 in NinjaTrader. And then we go to NinjaTrader 8, and you see an even higher average trade profit of $210 or 281 trades. So there's less trades. And so these trade start dates are, I'll have to go back and look. I set the date to 9/5/2006, but data doesn't go back that far. And so I'll have to look at the trade list and go back and set that up, because the first trade date is, I think it's, see on NinjaTrader 8, it shows February the 11th, 2008. So I updated this, but I need to update NinjaTrader 7 because I think it's the same one. So here's the equity curve. I like the graph in NinjaTrader 8. And then in multi-charts, I'll be adding the report soon. It will be, the code is the same and the data is the same, so it should be the same as TradeStation in multi-charts 10. So I'll be adding that soon, and this strategy is available. It's a low frequency strategy, doesn't trade much. So the annual license is definitely the best, because some months the strategy doesn't trade unless you make the strategy slightly more aggressive, as we did in the silver strategy here. That is the update for SR CounterTrend Gold and Silver and TradeStation, NinjaTrader, and multi-charts.